Hello everybody and welcome to the June 5th, 2018 edition of the Ephrom Josine Show. I am your host, Ephrom Josine. So you remember last week I covered the conspiracy, roughly the 1,896 conspiracy Republicans have made up about Planned Parenthood. And I joked that the saddest part of the story was that Matt Walsh had not yet covered it, because after all, Matt Walsh is someone who I kind of admire, because I wish I could be that great of a satirist. Wait, you mean he's legitimate? Huh. But luckily for me, just yesterday on his podcast, The Matt Walsh Show, he covered it in an episode literally called Planned Parenthood is a Rapist's Best Friend. That's a little bit of a loaded title there, Matt. Now, Matt Walsh starts this episode very angry because time after time, Planned Parenthood has been exposed in the most manufactured scandals known to any organization. And they still don't go away. They're like cockroaches or people with an audience who doesn't just buy any conspiracy they read on the internet. You know, I don't believe it either, Matt. I seriously don't. Actually, Matt clarifies they are in fact worse than cockroaches, because at least cockroaches, they go away when the lights are turned on. Planned Parenthood is the same whether or not your lights are turned on. You don't believe me? I'll show you. As you can see, my lights are clearly turned off, and yet Planned Parenthood is the exact same. This actually kind of gives it a darking feel. I should do this for the Halloween episode. Seriously, try this at home. Go into your, find an article about Planned Parenthood, turn off the lights in whatever room you are in, and refresh the page. The article will be the exact same every time, no matter whether or not your lights are on. Oh my god, these people really are that bad. And to prove it, I'm going to keep my lights off for the rest of this segment. Luckily, Matt figured out why it is Planned Parenthood does it. And it's not the explanation I gave last week, where simply, if they report sexual predators won't even bring people to Planned Parenthood, and as such, they'll have children, and that will just give them even more power. The actual sensible solution, it's because abortion is a business now. And may I just say, it's awful that a government-funded agency has to make a profit off of abortions. It's almost like Republicans are the whole reason the Hyde Amendment exists, which specifically bans taxpayer funding abortion. Wait a minute, so the liberals were right all along then? I mean, in this world, abortion is legal, and the only way we can remove the profit incentive from it is to make it taxpayer-funded. So, wait. Now it's a system where you pay and only if you believe in it, and specifically you want it. And Matt Walsh still isn't oh yeah, he's a pro-lifer, and those people are just never satisfied. For that matter, Matt Walsh has figured out the reason why pro-choicers, such as myself, are constantly talking about rape when talking about abortion. It's because abortion actually gives the rapist more power than their rape victim having a child that they are half the DNA of. Wait, what? None of this makes any sense. Oh, you're right, it's Matt Walsh. Since when has Matt Walsh ever made sense? That's the end of the segment. I'm going to turn my lights back on now. Anyway, I'm sure many of you have heard that the Miss America pageant will no longer be judging based on beauty. What do I think of that? I don't care. I seriously cannot bring myself to care. I don't watch the Miss America pageants. In fact, I typically think, like, this more or less makes them look like a serious organization. They were never a serious organization. And it always, for that matter, bothered me when we see all these clips of, oh, this woman said a wrong answer to a political question. Why are you asking these people political questions? Like, was that ever part of the intention? But okay, they aren't doing it. It's clear they're going to lose business because of it. It's not an issue, though. Unless you work for Louder with Crowder, in which case it's a big issue. And guess who wrote this article, by the way? If you said Courtney Krischoff, then you're correct. And again, I feel like I have to stress this sometimes. I don't hunt out her articles. I really don't. I go to the Louder Crowder front page before recording and find stories that look interesting. Or that look like they could screw it up in some unbelievable way. However, it just so happens that almost every single time it's written by Courtney Krischoff. Now, for the sake of showing what gigantic hypocrites they are, we're going to be going back and forth between this article and another Louder with Crowder article. You'll see why in a minute. The leftist war on meritocracy has finally slain traditional beauty standards. The Miss America beauty pageant, where hot ladies from the United States strut their glorious bodies across the stage for the world to see, will no longer be judged on beauty. Congratulations, ugly feminist bog trolls. You too could be Miss America, wearing nothing more than your track pants and Uggs. Mind you, Steven Crowder is the man who does not believe you should have sex before marriage, and is against pornography. In fact, that article I said we're going to be going back and forth between, that's an article on the Louder with Crowder website about pornography. Specifically, when NFL star and actor Terry Crew talked about it. Here's what he said. Terry Crew recently released a video on his Facebook page divulging an addiction that, according to him, wreaked havoc on his mind and almost caused him to lose his wife: pornography. So, let me make sure I understand this correctly. Naked people is bad, but you put on technically clothes. Just technically clothes, though. Let's be real here. They're technically clothes. They're not really actual clothes. Then how dare you criticize that? You see, it's funny because they took an old school conservative position, and you would think people like Steven Crowder would be absolutely for that. Here's some more of Krischoff making a big issue out of literally nothing. Let's take this sentiment to other ventures, shall we? I want to be a fighter pilot, but I don't have 20/20 vision. Okay, let's eliminate that requirement. Now everyone can feel the need for speed. Yeah, if you don't have the right vision as a fighter pilot, you could die. Or, I want to be a doctor, but I'd rather not take chemistry. Okay, let's eliminate chemistry and science requirements. Yeah, if you don't know chemistry as a doctor, others could die. Or, I want to be an American, but I don't speak English. Okay, let's wait. I think we're already there. Okay, I'll give you that one was a little funny. Here's some more, and this is where I'm really going to start contrasting with that article. Miss America is a beauty pageant. The entire purpose is to allow super hot ladies who've worked their tushies off. An adult just said tushy, by the way. I just kind of need to stress that this woman is in fact an adult. To be super hot ladies, the ability to show off their hotness on a national stage, to be judged against other super hot ladies who is the hottest lady. There are consenting adult women. They want to be recognized and seen for the glorious gals they are. If Miss America contests were mostly concerned with what's inside their souls, They wouldn't have eliminated sugar, carbs, alcohol for hours at the gym. It's far easier to binge read HuffPo. Okay, now let's compare that with that article I mentioned. Now, to be fair, Courtney did not write this article. However, she is the editor-in-chief of Louder with Crowder, so I expect she had some role to play in this article. Crew talks about how pornography affects the way he looked at other human beings. He says he began to see other people as objects, which is no surprise since the sole purpose of women in porn is to be sexually objectified. Well, sounds like that's the purpose of them in Miss America pageants, too. It's almost like these people are hypocrites or something. Here's some more. Good on Terry Crew for shedding light on the problem of porn. A lot of people, mostly men, are affected by porn but keep it quiet. By Terry Crew not only admitting it's been a problem but sharing it with the world, he's illuminating an issue which has been cast a shadow, hidden by the media which seeks to push sexuality at every opportunity. Especially at these things. They're called Miss America beauty pageants. They push sexuality nonstop. And then there's this website, it's called Louder with Crowder, where they talk about how that's actually a great thing and they're pushing sexuality nonstop. Porn negatively affects men and women. Yes, pornography is addicting. It alters the way you view and interact with other people and can even interfere with relationships or self-image. But, you know, having attractive women in technically clothes on stage, that doesn't do anything. Not too long ago, we had a discussion with Gary Wilson, who has a lot to say on the matter. So, in fact, he wrote a book called Your Brain on Porn. Listen below. Yeah, you can find that book for yourself. But the point is, these people only have double standards. They don't have standards. Why did I call Friday's episode? Republicans' double standards are the only standards. That's what they prove with things like this. And honestly, I wish that there could be more episodes where it just wasn't just Matt Walsh, Courtney Krischoff, but they're just such comedic gold mines that I can't help it, honestly. I'm addicted to them, if you will. But at the end of the day, I think Courtney Krischoff is just angry that she may never be Miss America, because they removed the standard of beauty and then she only has to deal with her horrible, awful, lying, manipulative, idiotic excuse of a personality. I'm Ephrom, and good night.